passionate intensity. It's a complicated fusion. We are catapulted towards death. The mystique I adore is the beating heart of those who share my life. This is their legacy, in obscene glances, laced in silver.
Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Sunday night. Good evening. Welcome to Sunday School with Jeff and Christian. Fresh out of Cinemark movie theater, we have our boy here, Mr. McCloud. We got him all the way down from Spanish Fork, down to the great state of Utah. And we are here. We're rocking and rolling. He's shouting for joy. We had a good weekend, man. We had a good weekend.
So much fun.
Me and Jeff, we're like, Jeff invited Mikkel, I, and Shaitan up to his place up in Park City. Got this badass pad.
So fresh.
Dude, it was very nice. I was blown away. And I had never even seen this hotel. I didn't even know it existed. Pop in. This guy... Let's talk about that hallway for a second, though.
For one, the hallway was every bit of 90 feet long.
Yeah.
Every bit.
It honestly probably was. Like, if you were to take... It had to have been 90 feet. I couldn't believe it. There was the... What do we have there? We have your washer-dryer.
Right.
Mind you, hotel. Washer dryer's there, which came in handy, though. It did.
We dried Shaitan's undies.
Yeah. Then you continue, and there's a random hobbit closet or something weird. And then you continue, and there's a nice bedroom off to the side. It was kind of nice. It was set up different. I liked it. Then you walk in. It had heated tile, ladies and gentlemen. It also had a nice pad. Well, a nice little family room. TV going, football, nice glass shower. See-through window, fireplace.
Wait, let's list the things it didn't have.
Okay.
Sex swing.
It did not have the leather swings, the paddles, none of the fluff.
That's it. It had everything else.
Probably.
That thing,
at least.
That place is
Coca-Cola.
We're going back up there.
Yeah.
Without Mikkel.
Oh, yeah. We need to mandate.
Guys only. Shaitan only.
Shaitan only. Shaitan is 1 in a million. I love Shaitan to death. I do. This kid, man, he's one of the funniest guys. Though he's so quiet around me sometimes that I wonder. I just don't want to ever hurt his feelings. Like I never know, but I know when to joke around with him, and I know it's funny, and he jokes back. He does all the same stuff. He's just he's just a fucking good dude. Good man.
I always make like Indian jokes with him.
What was the Indian? Oh, you brought up. Let's bring up that fact that you said. That's probably, and I'm going to Google it while you're bringing it up.
It's 100% true.
The fact, was it about New York City?
I feel like we've already even talked about this.
I don't remember it,
but
we could bring it up real quick.
Way back, so everyone wants to like, oh, can't believe like white men tearing down, like coming in and just kicking the Indians off their land or whatever. The thing about that was, that's legit. I have never stuttered before, and I just stuttered.
Welcome to the game.
Anyway, so the story goes, when settlers like got to Manhattan, which is now like the most expensive property in the world, like per square foot or per square whatever. It's the most expensive land property in the entire world per square like foot. Anyway, so when the settlers or the white people got there or whatever, they were talking to the Indians and they said, hey, we want to buy this land from you. And the Indians just laughed and said, like, they kind of joked back and forth to each other, like, you can't own land. Like, the land is just here to be used. That's silly. Like, you think you could own land. So they kind of laughed and were like, sure, we'll take your gold. Sure, we'll take your whatever because you can't own land. So in reality, the Indians thought they were ripping us off. Little did they know, the second they signed on the dotted line, we said, get the fuck off our land. Now, Christian's Googling it. He looks like he's pretty intently reading.
Well, yeah.
I don't want him to sit here. I don't want to get into an argument with Christian because that's 100% true.
It sounds like, well, to an extent. It's just more about the cost of the money, it sounds like, what they're trying to figure out.
Well, we ripped them off,
property
too.
averaged at about $1,000 per square foot for the last few years, technically now. For a messy $24 worth of beads and trinkets, it seems like the ultimate bargain, but the truth of the story is more complicated, but it sounds like that's pretty much it. So let's see. I'm going to see if I can find a random fact.
We bought it at like such a bargain. Like it literally was like a handful of like buttons.
Per square foot, $1,000. Can you believe that? Yeah, no, what I'm reading is that's it. While $951.08 is less than a steal than $24, there is some other confounding factors. For one, yeah. Sure enough, it just comes down to the exact money of what Manhattan or New York City was bought for. But it sounds like you were telling the facts.
Yeah. So hey,
interesting.
Indians, fucking drop your shit with the whole. This is our
you
land,
guys
you
sold
can't
it
do
to us.
Yeah. You thought you were ripping us off.
Yeah. Welcome to America. So horrible. Anyways, no, it's probably it's an interesting thing. We just got out of Fury. We went and saw Fury.
Based on a true story.
World War II was true. There were a few Nazis and SS guard and
the Holocaust.
Not have happened. Yeah. Holocaust deniers. I've always wondered what the story is behind that. Do you know anything information like what's their facts to back up that the Holocaust never existed?
I have no reason why I haven't said that. No, because what do they have to gain from that?
Well,
like if I sat here,
it's kind of like the 9/11 conspiracy thing to an extent. But I wonder what their what's their proof? I want to know.
Maybe they just hate Jewish people, so their whole thing's like, oh, it didn't happen. Quit whining.
Quit your whining.
Kind of like me with the Indians, like get over it. Like I had chicken pox when I was 7. Like it didn't kill like me and like 600,000 of my relatives, pussies. Like I lived through it, and I was 7 years
here we
old.
go. Denial facts. Holocaust denial facts. I want to see if we can find this. It looks like it goes down to is the Holocaust a hoax? What? Their only defense against the facts is to cry anti-Semitic, skinhead, or Nazi. Holocaust denial has become the big thought crime. Let's see. They said that the Diary of Anne Frank is a hoax.
No, that's real. Especially the part
she
where
really wrote that.
The part where she like gets really in depth about her vagina.
You know, I haven't read the whole thing. I was into it for a while. I actually had a crush on Anne Frank. That's a fun fact.
She
looked kind of
the
cute.
black and white version.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I never saw a colored version.
Well, I know, but from like the movie, like not the real Anne Frank, like just.
Oh no, the real Anne Frank, the picture. I remember the picture from the picture, dude. I had a crush on. I'm like, she seems cool. She seems down to earth.
Right.
DTF.
She's not like materialistic. Like all she needs is like
her journal,
like
kitty,
a sack of flour and some warm water,
and
an attic.
That's all you need. Where was it's Holland, right?
I think
Holland,
like what might be the next new crave coming out. Like there's always these like diet fads. Like here's how to get skinny quick.
The Holocaust.
Maybe we should get people hooked on the Anne Frank diet because all you eat for breakfast is
oatmeal,
a cup of warm water. For lunch, you have half a slice of bread, and for dinner, you just eat your fingernails.
Is that what they do?
I don't know.
I can't remember exactly. I swear people were coming in and out, but the Holocaust diet, it worked. If you really want to lose weight, just
get on the Holocaust diet.
You just tell your boss you're going away for 2 weeks.
It's not like it's like that whole hot yoga thing's like the craze right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like you get the hot rail car.
This is again, ladies and gentlemen, it's comedy. We're talking funny. We don't literally believe or any of this. I just want to be clear to make sure that everyone knows.
Before you go any further,
Christians,
I honestly think the Holocaust diet might work.
It would work for anyone.
Lose a lot
you
of
would,
weight.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's not gluten free with all that bread they ate, though.
Didn't they? It's gluten. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What
is gluten-free bread? What's the difference between gluten-free bread and gluten?
I think it's made with a different kind of flour, but the way like people act around like people that like pretend to be allergic to gluten, like they act like Like if you put like some gluten in front of them, they act like it's like weapons grade uranium. Like you just sat down in front of them.
My mom, dude, we went to Olive Garden one time. She's like, "No, seriously, I can't have any breadsticks. I can't. I just can't." And like she got really offended and mad that we're like, "No, have a breadstick." And she like flipped shit.
My favorite thing about people that are gluten free is like most of them just found out like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
even though they're like 63 years old. Ooh, that's why I might get a tummy ache when I eat 9 breadsticks.
Yeah. Or you just pack that shit.
Might have been the 9 breadsticks. Yeah. Because here's some things I must be allergic to. Twizzlers. Whenever I eat a whole bag, I get like sick to my stomach. Taco Bell. Whenever I eat a whole Fiesta pack by myself, I get a little sick to my stomach. I don't think I'm allergic though. I think I'm just an asshole.
Yeah. It's a good diet.
Yeah.
That's a fad that I just ain't gonna join. I couldn't do it. I could never do the Holocaust diet unless you were literally dressed up as a Nazi. You're throwing me in there and you're starving me.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
That would take a lot.
If I had a will,
that'd take a lot of work to like set up, like getting people to sign up, take a couple weeks off work to be treated like
it's a
shit.
CrossFit gym. They call it Auschwitz.
That's basically CrossFits. Oh my god.
That's what it is,
Oh
ladies
my
and gentlemen.
God.
Do not join the CrossFit gyms. They're making the new regime.
Do not join CrossFit.
Did you like the movie? Did you like Fury?
Here's my thing.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. Everyone dies except Norman.
Not true. Wink, wink.
I just hate when like so there's something in me, like people probably think I'm an asshole, but there's something inside me that like I just want everyone to be alive.
Yeah.
I never want everyone to die.
And I like the movies that take the balls to not let it play out like that sometimes, though. Because
like,
90% of movies will let that happen, right? And you can expect it. I was not... I don't know how much we should get into detail about this before we give the whole movie away.
We should 100% give the whole movie away.
Okay.
But even like in Troy, which has my favorite Brad Pitt movie.
I need to rewatch it.
That's a badass movie.
Okay.
And like he's Achilles, and you know like he dies from like getting like shot in the heel, like whatever.
Sure. Achilles.
Like even though like the whole movie, you know that's gonna happen. I'm just like he doesn't need to die. He doesn't need to die. And then like
Just end it before.
300, like I didn't want them to die.
Yeah.
Like I just want everyone to live all the time,
Yeah.
except old people.
Welcome to the real world, I guess. The baby boomers can go.
Yeah. See ya.
We're done with you.
See yourselves out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good movie. I love war movies. Like war movies are one of my favorites.
What are some of your other favorite movies?
Like Troy and 300 are actually two of my favorite. I love like mythological time movies. Yeah, like not that like 300 or Troy was necessarily like mythological, but back like then when they believed in like gods and goddesses, like that type of stuff.
Silly bitches.
I really like that. Kind
Do
of
you
stuff.
like Alexander?
That one
Did you
actually
see that?
sucked.
Okay, I didn't see it.
It was
I won't watch it.
It was at least 6 hours long.
I'm not a big fan.
Do you want to
of
know a funny story about the movie Alexander though?
Yes.
Of course you do. I had a buddy,
Okay.
and he had an aunt, and
Okay.
and so we like went down. He was my roommate. We went down. His aunt was in town. We like met up, and then like we kind of just talked at their house or whatever. And then we were going to a movie. We're like, oh, she's like, and she was she had her kids there. Like she had some younger kids, and then she had been like hanging out with my buddy's mom all day. It's her aunt, so you know. And she was like, I'd love to go to a movie. Like, I just love to get away from this, like whatever. Like, I'd love to just go relax, go to a movie. Okay, so it's my buddy's little brother, my buddy, then me, and then his aunt. That's how we're sitting in the movie theater.
The aunt is sitting next to you?
Yeah, she's on my flank, on my right. I know I'm talking in Fury terms now.
Yeah. She's on my flank.
She's flanking me, literally.
Yeah.
She's flanking me.
In the movie?
So it goes, I'm 21, she's 37. My buddy's little brother, my buddy, me, and then her. Halfway through the movie, she just like grabs my hand and puts it in between her legs. I'm not kidding you. I swear to God, I talk a lot of shit. This is 100% true story. So then she was like, let's go find a bathroom.
What, like during the movie?
Yeah, she's like,
now, did any of your friends notice this?
Supposedly no. So we got up to go to the bathroom. The problem was they were like cock blocking me because I have a new term for cock blocking. Did we already talk about it? Disturbing the peace.
Yeah, you brought it up last time.
Yeah. Has that got any traction yet?
I don't know. Hashtag. We'll check it.
So they were cock blocking me, disturbing my peace. we went outside like into the hallway and we heard them coming, so we stopped. Like we were making out. And
what the fuck?
I know.
Is she married?
Like that. No. She wasn't married. She's
okay. This is a little different.
Yeah. And then so they came out and they're like, what are you guys doing? I was like, I'm just showing her where the bathroom is. That's it. They're like, oh, we thought you guys were leaving because the movie was boring. And I was like, no, you guys like go back in. Like it's cool. We want to watch the end of the movie. So then we would go back to their house. And then my buddy, like, I don't know, maybe he knew, maybe he could like see the writing on the walls, like he's for like some reason, yeah. So as people were first, his mom falls asleep, and then like so everyone's kind of dropping like flies, like
he stayed right
and
up.
Me and her just like waiting for everyone to go to bed, like we're just waiting them all out.
In that weird time, have you ever met her before this day?
No, this was it. Like I had known her for like 3 hours,
shit.
And so and then he finally falls asleep.
Okay.
They lived in Payson. We hurry and drive to my house. We get it on. We do a little front stuff. Bring her back. Wake him up, and then I take him home. She flies back to San Francisco like the next day or whatever. So then, I want to say maybe it couldn't have been more than 3 months later. She came back out to go like on a snowboarding trip with him, like because she came out here to go snowboarding. But she ends up like staying at because he lives with me, stays in at my house in my bed. We're like getting it on. He's like in the other room, probably like masturbating and crying, like while I'm banging his aunt. Cause
oh my god, this is awesome.
So she comes out. So the next morning, he's like, "You ready to go snowboarding?" And she's like, "Actually, I'm gonna go on a motorcycle ride at Jeff." So I threw her on the back of my motorcycle. We like went like all up the canyon and stuff. Like we just got it on all weekend, like just like touching privates all weekend. And then
unbelievable.
So then like his whole family like starts calling me the Irene Humper because her name was Irene. And
what was the last time? Oh, keep going.
So then she like flew back. Then we like then it kind of gets messed up. We were supposed to meet in Vegas like one time, and like it didn't really work out. Then she got like really upset with me because like I didn't meet her like when we met one time, and then the next time like I wasn't able to make it happen, so she's like pretty upset. And then like we went a couple years without talking to each other, maybe like 4 or 5 years without talking to each other. Jesus. And she like hit me back up on Facebook, and like she started sending me like dirty pictures of her again. Oh, the funniest thing is like when we originally first started like hooking up, like from the very first time, I worked with him, and she like had sent me some like naked pictures of her on a tractor.
What?
Like,
how
I don't know.
What?
Like she just had her friend with that pretended he was a photographer take a bunch of nudes of her on like a big like D9 cat. She's like
D9.
So she like sends me these pictures, and I was like, dude, look, this chick just sent me some nudes. I just showed him.
His aunt naked. Yeah. Oh, well, what did he have to say? What does he say about it now?
He didn't. I mean, he knew I was treated her like a lady, so he was good with it. I think.
So crazy.
So anyway, years later, we were like talking again, like and stuff like that, and then like she's like, you should come out and visit me
in San Francisco.
Yeah, I was like, all right, like I will. But then I went to Bear Lake with my family, and I didn't have like a phone or anything, and I was gone for like a bunch of time. Like this is, I can't remember how many years ago this was, but it was a while ago. But anyway, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. But anyway, that was like kind of the last time I talked to her. I went to like a Bear Lake with my family and didn't talk to her for like a week. And then like when I got back to like having a phone, because this was back like before I even had like an iPhone. This is like I had like a Razor phone. She was like, I had like a bunch of texts from her like, "F you, you're just gonna ignore me. Like I can't believe that. Like I thought we had something. Wow. Like whatever." So then that's the end of the story. But anyway, Alexander, I put it down.
Someone asked in the text if you still have the pictures. He wants to see the track.
I wish I did.
Oh, that's so funny,
wish I did. They actually like she had sent them to like my old email, and I
deactivated it.
No, I still have it, and I've tried to find them like one day. I tried to recover them, but it wasn't happening. So
Destiny.
Anyway, that was just
is a hilarious story.
Yeah, that was a funny, and she was like the thing was too. She was hot. Like she wasn't just like gross. I mean, for an aunt, she was
someone
aunt hot.
could take some pictures of her on a tractor.
She was aunt hot. Like
she was attractive.
That's a bit of a stretch. But,
yeah, I did. Yeah, attractive.
So, no, but she's actually the one that like because this was like I said years ago. She's the one that like took me from like a rabbit humper
0 to 60.
Like I just like used to just like rabbit hump girls. Like I didn't even know what I was doing. I still don't really know what I'm doing.
Sure,
but
she
she's the
taught
one
you
that
the
was
way.
like, actually put your leg like this. Like actually do this.
Hey.
Actually do that. And I was like, Irene, like if you're out there like listening to this, like thank you. I mean, I'm sorry the way like things turned out with us. Like, hit me up with another text. I haven't changed my number if you want. But
Maybe we can see a movie.
But I'm telling you, like the reason I didn't answer that week I was in Bear Lake, and then I didn't even try to explain myself. Because like when people like want to like jump all over your shit, and it's just like whatever.
You ain't
like,
worth my time. Yeah,
whatever. So,
that's hilarious.
yeah, it was a good time.
Pretty cool. What else is new? The life of Jeff McCloud.
There's nothing new, man. Had the family and you up in Park City this weekend. So that was a good time. Like, that was fun, dude. I was glad you guys came. I know, like, I appreciate your wife, like, walking up and down, like, Park City with us. Like, she's
she's a fucking trooper.
Like, every bit of 14 months pregnant right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
she's ready to roll.
She is ready. Literally ready to roll. Like,
and I just want to,
roll her around.
down Park City Main Street.
Yeah.
We could have.
So,
that was, okay. 2 things. Number 1, I'm just going to give not really a shout out, of course. I love my wife. But the point, in the next upcoming weeks, don't be offended if I'm not doing them daily on the Monday or random or whatever, because we've got a baby on the way. We're going to have to figure out my schedule. It's going to change up.
Like, you could be a dad. It could happen.
I thought it was going to happen in Fury. That's why I brought her. Just thinking of fucking just have it. His middle name would be Fury.
That'd be badass.
That would have been a cool story. Anyways, but that's number 1. And number 2, how fucking fun was it sitting there on Main Street at that ice cream shop just talking mad shit?
That's all I
That
do.
was right. It brought back so many memories of happiness and just laughter. And I want to do that more. Like, if we have nothing to do, can we please just go sit out in a public area and just talk shit?
As my I will I almost want to like charge people.
It should be an Olympic game because
guys,
it is a fucking comedy show.
Guys, like buy me and Christian dinner. Like that's all I do.
And Jake, if we can grab Jake too. If we could sneak Jake away.
And my little sister.
And Shade.
Like, you should hear my little sister. Like,
Is she
the funniest McCloud. And
oh
it's
my
not
God.
even close. But yeah, like that's what we've done our whole lives. We just sit there and talk shit. Talk like just mad shit about anybody, anything. And you know what? Like, I'll tell, like, honestly, probably 90% of it's not even funny. But to us,
it's
like,
fucking fun.
It's just like we just have a good time, right?
Yeah, and you just sit there and laugh because it's got to be true. Some of it's got to be true.
Oh, we go hard on it, and no one's
The fucking
safe.
hipsters.
No one's safe, dude. That guy in his like 1983 like porn Ferrari.
Yeah, that was the best.
That was a
And
good
then
time, man.
it was just all good, dude. So, anyways, we need to do that more often. Whether that's just sitting down and we just need to record. That's probably what we should do.
Record
A
that
funny.
somehow.
It can be one of those when we can't play an episode. I just upload that real quick. We have mics. We just mic ourselves to our iPhone recorder. Go.
We used to, me and my
Just
little
talk shit.
sister
Let's do
always
it.
used to like record our conversations in the car. We've got some pretty funny ones.
Dude,
So
we should throw them up
yeah.
someday.
So that's that was fun, you know. It
was awesome.
My
Great
family
weekend.
was all up there. Jake, I mean, we got to hang out with Jake.
Yeah.
I know you don't get to hang out with Jake very often, so
It's hard, man. Jake, if you're listening, which you're probably not, but if you are,
he just texted me.
is he
says
okay?
yeah.
Jake, if you're fucking listening, dude, we need to hang out more. We just need to hang out more. I'm not going to get into details and nothing, man. I just miss you. Let's hang out.
And then this Thursday and Friday, I'm going to Denver to catch
You are?
the Broncos game. So
Are you really?
Yeah.
You suck. Like just for fun, like you by yourself.
No, with
Okay.
a group of dudes.
Nice,
So,
dude. Who are they playing?
Chargers Thursday night. So
Who do you like? The Broncos?
you know, like I'm a huge Colts fan. Like anybody that knows me knows
Peyton
that.
Manning.
But like when they did Peyton Manning dirty, like I thought he had like 5 more years left in him.
What does he have now? What do you mean? Like after the Super Bowl?
No,
Or
like
what?
when after he came back from that neck injury.
Oh,
Like
okay.
when he was still on the Colts, and they had to make that choice. Like, do we draft Andrew Luck, or do we keep Peyton Manning?
okay.
Because Andrew Luck had made it like pretty clear he didn't want to sit behind Peyton Manning for a few years, even though like that's just being an asshole in my opinion. Like,
Sure.
show some respect, like you fucking like punk rookie bitch, and like you're a millionaire. Clean up your fucking beard.
What do you
Andrew
have to
Luck.
do?
Your
Yeah.
beard is disgusting. You're a millionaire.
Yeah.
A millionaire. Clean that shit up. So anyway, so right now I'm just kind of riding it out. Like I'm still a Colts fan. I always will be. But for now, I'm like just a Peyton
Broncos.
Manning fan. So
Yeah.
not necessarily a Broncos fan, but
All
like,
right, Broncos.
yeah. So I'll be cheering.
That's the
for
only
Broncos.
team I care about in the NFL, and I actually don't care much. My dad's from Denver. They're the closest to Utah. I just side with it. That's all. BYU lost again last night. If you're a fucking BYU fan, I don't know why you even wear. Why would you even wear a hat, a t-shirt? Why would you even be It's a good time to change. Utah Utes are killing it. Jump over.
My thing is like, let's not get that passionate about anything. People,
I'm
worried like people that get so hyped about like BYU like could literally be turned into like a gang and just start like hurting people. Like that passion they have.
The Mormon Battalion.
That's like literally like anybody that's that amped up about anything. Like
that's when riots happen for the Raiders.
It freaks me out. It freaks me the fuck out. Like that you could just like band together and like I gotta hate them because they
think about it
because they like that school and
that's
like,
how religion
like
is
school.
To an extent.
That's
what
how
you
like,
say?
Nah, I don't know if I'd say necessarily
hardcore religion people.
I'm just saying
they're like teams and they hate the other team sometimes, right. Or the non whatever, and they can go out. I mean, look at it like Islam. Sometimes again, I'm not talking about every team player of Islam. I'm talking about these people that we're talking about. Again, every Utes fan or BYU fan, half probably don't give a shit. The other half won't pretend they give a shit, and the other half that really do will get offended at anyone talking negatively about it. And those are the ones that take action or act psycho or whatever. And that goes along with the religion. That goes along with fucking soccer teams or your softball team. Yeah. You know, your softball team kills it. You're fucking kicking it. People get very upset. Or kids. You ever watched a parent's game where their kids are playing fucking t-ball? Or flag football, and their kid gets taken out, and the coach, my dad, it's the only time I've ever seen him get in a fight ever in my 23 years of being alive, was we went to a Lehigh football game where my brother was playing. Again, this was junior fucking high, right? So, I've probably told this story before on the podcast, but my brother, he's fucking playing football. My dad, he's just, being a dad, just sitting there watching the game, and the coach is on the other side of the other team. I don't know the teams, but he's sitting there, and my brother, he was weird. He went through this obsession of long johns, like fucking loved. It would be the middle of the summer. The kid would wear long johns, like under his clothes. He just was obsessed. I don't know if it's the feeling. I don't know what it was.
He was
obsessed with long johns.
Garments,
he was fucking, he's ready to roll. So he's wearing these long johns, dude, and he's got, then whatever. And these long johns had like, I think, cars on it or something. My brother didn't give a shit. Like he's a badass. Everyone knew it. He was a great football player too, but he didn't give a fuck. I don't know how to explain it. So he's out there, he's on the field, and the coaches from the other side start yelling, "Hey, hit the boy with the dinosaur pajamas," or whatever. Like they get yelling it, like play after play, like the coaches of the other team. And my dad had fucking had enough. So they hike, go. They whistle, play over. My dad flies over the fucking field. Everyone's watching. We have our side. They have their side. Fucking flies across the field. And as he's going over there, the ref's like trying to stop. Like, whoa, okay, whoa. And the guy completely starts like flipping out. The guy that said this shit, he's like, this guy means business. Like my dad, and I have never seen my dad go like that. Like it went straight into fucking silverback gorilla mode. He was, it's done. You're fucking dead, dude. And it took 5, I watched, and I was 13 or something. I watched 5 grown men hold my dad down as he was still throwing the guys off on my dad's side to kill this guy. And I just remember he never got to him because the guy ran, and my dad just stands up and he comes, looks at me. He's like, probably should get in the car. We need to go. Because they were calling the police. But I just, it was, and that was the only time my dad was at, let's get the fuck out of here. They're calling the police. And I just seen and I'm not mad at my dad. I'm in fact proud and happy to an extent. Like I just never seen that side of my dad that I never knew existed. And it was really weird. But to care, again, it's when another teammate or someone is going low blow at someone else's kid or something weird like that, and it's a fucking game. Like, okay, you win it, but this is not the NFL. There's no money on this. It's your kid and their team and the points and guess what? For that fucking year, and they don't even remember the score. I don't remember the score. I don't remember the team they played. No one remembers shit of that day other than my dad had it, and this guy was a fuck ass. And it also tells you, watch what you say. You never know what's going to happen. And you don't. And again, with our shit talking, all of it take is one cycle, like really, like what the fuck did you? And then you and I would be like, see you. Like, but we'd be out of there real quick. Or we try to calm it down and say we're kidding, but like we pretty much say some things that's like, no, I wasn't talking about you. Who the fuck else is wearing these skinny jeans and no socks and shoes? But
and usually
it was
the
an interesting
person
story.
Who goes the most like retarded is going to win the fight. And if you're not
because you go back to you
and
just
if you're not ready
crazy.
to match their intensity level, like
For
that
sure.
guy, because like
Again.
your dad was at like a level 10 intensity,
and
that
he
coach,
was just at playing.
The
It was
coach
fight and
maybe
flight.
5
He
or
fucking
6.
ran.
Yeah, so
But I just remember it was.
yeah, it's tough, man. Like
It was
it's
weird.
It's cool to see like your dad like had your brother's back, but like at the same time, it's like we gotta figure out how to just relax.
No, and I know, and that's, and I don't. And my dad, I remember him, and that was the thing, though. I remember before him running over, he was yelling across the field, like warning him and telling him multiple times, multiple plays, just saying, "Hey, you better knock that off." Multiple times, the guy continued. And again, I'm not saying that's a time to call the police, like, this guy's making fun of my kid. And it's not necessarily a time to get physical. And I don't know, and again, I don't have a kid yet. So I don't know those. I mean, if someone's yelling that at me, I know, fuck it, okay, it's another day, whatever. This guy's a fuck ass, we'll leave. But when it's your kid and he's and a grown man who should know better than to yell stupid things to a child, and then your dad instincts and those other, you get back into your fucking just your roots, and and I don't know. It was a weird thing. I'm not backing him up, saying that was a cool thing. I'm just saying I've never seen my dad act like that, and I don't know the better situation to go about that. Do you just get your son, you leave, or you have him rip his jammies off so he stops yelling just about him, or I don't know what the deal. My brother was really good, and that's how they were hurting him. And it was bugging my brother too. He'd come back for the play like, Dad, this guy keeps yelling this shit at me.
Right.
And so I don't know the right way to go about it, but it was an interesting. I don't know.
There's probably not necessarily a wrong or a right way, but like you gotta hope that you just like can think of the best way. Like probably could have just been like, hey, that they're targeting you because you're the best player. Like just keep playing hard. Just don't even worry about it. Keep playing hard. But you're right. Your kid.
I don't know,
watching
man.
someone like go out and like maliciously like try to hurt your kid.
I remember, and here's another little fun topic talking about something else. And to an extent, and I don't know if this is this part of me that maybe my dad has, or any human being, you can only take so much before you kind of have to stand up or do something, or at least say something. So we were at a concert, right? We were at Drake and Lil Wayne. I don't like fighting. I mean, I'm loved into UFC. That's great. It's fine. But as for fighting and me, I always take the higher route. I'm always, I just don't think it's cool. It's whatever. McCloud could probably tell the story better than me. Get over here real quick. She just entered the room. We're talking about Drake, Lil Wayne, and a certain fight situation.
Did you get prettier since the last time I saw you, McCloud?
She just jumped in the shower. She's glowing. She's pregnant.
Oh.
So,
do you have a sister? Tell her I said hi.
She does. She's older and she's married. But you missed a funny story. We'll talk about later, McCloud. About Alexander.
Do you have an aunt?
Who do you have? Oh, you have plenty of aunts.
Yeah.
We could probably try some.
Really? Because they're all like way older.
Yeah, they are. Okay. It doesn't matter. McCloud. Come on. So.
My nieces are the same age as me.
That's true. It's really weird. I'm the uncle and we're the exact same age.
It's hot.
But story goes this. We're at Lil Wayne and Drake, whatever concert. Pre-show, we're sitting there. We're just kind of doing our own thing. And then she gets a text from a certain friend. And we're sitting there.
That bitch.
And she gets a text. So we go and walk over and see this, this friend. And as we're over there and stuff, we just notice she's a little sad. So Mikkel's comforting her. We're sitting there, and then it's just the three of us. It's me, Mikkel, and this girl.
Is she sad for the reason I know she's sad?
It could be. It could be all kinds of reasons. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, it's just the three of us talking. And this guy, he was probably 20 years old or something. I don't know. He just walks up, and it's just the three of us talking. And all of a sudden, a fourth person comes and stands right next to her. So it's like you two are me, and she, and then this guy. And so I thought I thought they were on a date. I thought they knew each other, talked. They're fucking on a date. And I was going to ask him, "Hey, nice to meet you, man. What's your name?" Nothing. He just keeps staring like this at her.
He was drunk as shit,
and
though.
Completely drunk, like doing the waves, the back and the forth. And I'm sitting there, and he's just looking at her, and she goes, "Will you stop? Get away from me! You've been following me fucking all night. Get the hell away from me!" And so then I knew, obviously, this isn't your date. You're not with him. Who is this guy? And he just stood there, and he's like walking away, and he's like, "You're just a fucking bitch, you fucking cunt. Fuck you!" Like just talking to himself, doing the drunk talk, walking away.
Sounds like you did know her.
What? So then we're sitting there, And we go on about this conversation. We're talking. I'm just kind of noticing the situation because I thought this was the weirdest thing. I'm like, what the fuck does this guy care? Like, so he's over there, like maybe 20 feet away from us at this merch booth, sitting there. But he like kept staring at her. And then he has 3 other buddies, but you could tell a third of them were the drunk, like really, really drunk.
Right. And
they were just sitting there. And he just starts yelling more stuff. You fucking cunt. You're worthless. You piece of shit. You know, just the weirdest stuff for no reason. And I just had it. At this point, I was watching him, wondering what the fuck. So I had just said something. I'm just like, hey, dude, calm the fuck down. Like, chill the fuck out. You don't know her. Relax. Right. You know, stop it. You need to knock this shit off.
Yeah, that's like a lot of anger for someone you don't even know.
And then he's like, what? What? And so I just slowly start walking over, slowly. Not even whatever intense and stuff, but I just walked over and shit, and I just got in his face. I'm like, what is your problem with her, man? You don't even know her. Like, what? So just leave her alone. Just relax. You're drunk. Fucking just let her be. Chill.
Yeah, which is probably the worst thing you could have done.
Yeah. Right? Well, to an extent. And then his friend did the worst thing he could have ever done. And thank God I have a conscience, man, and I was not liquored. But he comes up, his friend next to me. He like stands up. He has to be 120 pounds, maybe. He grabs my arm like this and he goes, bro, back the fuck up. Like leans into my ear and says, back the fuck up. And then I grab his arm like the same way, and my middle finger and my thumb fit around his arm like this, like easy. Like I have room to move. So he's skin and fucking, but I could have broken his goddamn arm, dude. And I felt it. So I felt it, and I just said, do you want to die? I just whispered in his ear, you want to fucking die? And then he's like, dude, let's just get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck this. And then, of course, as he's walking away, he starts doing some stuff. And then I come back, and I'm like, McCloud, can we please get the fuck like away from here? Can we grab her? Can we move somewhere else? Because I didn't want to get in fight mode. I didn't want to grab a cop. This is pre-concert. I actually want to see the concert. I don't want to get kicked out. And I'm not a fighter. And I don't want to fucking do this. And so she sits there, and Shalise, God damn it! Someone is out of her mind, and just they had never seen it. McCloud and her didn't see any of that happen. I'm like, can we please know? Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And I'm like, did you not just see me walk over and tell these guys to get the fuck out of there? We almost got in a fight and a brawl, and I probably could have been jumped and dead, and like and you would have never seen it. And anyways, and then we go back, we watch the show finally. But as the kid's walking away, he continues to swear and yell, and I just like.
This is a cautionary tale to like all girlfriends, all like wives, all whatever. When your husband, like women, you aren't used to being like in the
or testosterone
in the
or
jungle.
Just that.
Like we can understand like when something may or may not go. Like we kind of have a radar for like, okay, this guy really does want to fight. This guy really does want to like physically harm me. So
or her, man. So I thought he was going to do something to her.
So just
not
like
leave her
fucking
alone.
do us a favor, and when we say, hey, we need to remove ourselves from this situation.
Thank you.
Don't give us any shit about it. Just say, okay, I understand you're a rational person in an irrational situation. You've asked us to remove us from this thing.
Yeah.
I will go wherever you want to go, honey.
Yep.
And the same way, like if we're ever like at,
and there should be
if we're ever at like Maurice's and you know where like the cheapest skirts are, like I'll follow you to like the sale on scarves.
Exactly.
Like you know what you know, I know what I know.
Yep. And another thing is like you just know that instinct too. Like if I have a certain tone and a certain voice or whatever, hopefully I don't know if we need to go over like it's a secret password that when I say the word Ghostbusters or something like
let's have a
that's our thing to like we need to remove ourselves from the situation. This is going to go weird. This is going to go. This is going to be bad. There's going to be a fight. Someone's going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt, or you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. But that's because they didn't pick up my tone.
Right.
Like, what do you mean?
Well,
and McCloud kind of did, but like they had missed the whole thing. And so when I mean this word, like that means like not necessarily life or death, but this is a situation we got to go.
Let's all, because the informative and we want to help people out as a public service. Everyone tonight, before you go to bed, come up with a safe word for social situations.
It's a good idea,
Whether it's
man.
like just a drunk dude, or you're just in a conversation prison with some asshole you don't want to talk to anymore.
Or you're just walking on the street and someone wants
word.
to talk shit, and there's some certain things. If you just said some word, then your instincts, my red flags are going up. It's like, okay,
let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Right. And that's what it was. It was just, I want to enjoy the show. I do not want to get arrested. I don't even want to have to get the cops. I don't have to whatever. Split ways. Here's the word. Let's go. Like, but and she again, they missed it, but. That's why if you could come up with a certain word and that person you're always with or hang out or you're going, even a concert, I see so many people get knocked the fuck out at concerts.
Dude, we saw
for
like
stupid
6
stuff.
people get jacked at the
It's
Techno
true.
concert.
It's true. Oh, it was bad.
I think your guys' should be Wiz Posler.
I won't even be able to remember that. But who is
No.
that? Who's Wiz Posler? Did I
Yeah.
miss something?
No, nothing. Like
Wiz
I just think
Posler.
that, or like Fizz Fosler.
Fizz Fosler or Twizzlers?
Yeah,
Do you want to get some
something.
Twizzlers, hon?
Yeah, and then
And
like,
then you
let's
just
get
know.
the fuck out.
But I'm really asking her that. Well, sure, I'll grab. See, that's the thing. You'd have to find a word that's going to work for both of you that you're going to remember.
Yeah.
Like, get
or,
the fuck out.
Or like I said, understand the tone. Like everyone knows, like when their parents like.
I was trying to get that
Did
tone
the
across.
tone.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Fucking nothing.
Right.
But it was. Yeah. So, have you ever been in a weird situation? Have you ever been in a fight like that?
Yeah.
Were you a kid?
I was a kid. I don't do that. I don't really do that. Like when guys want to be tough, like in fights, I've hung out with a lot of like buddies that like wanted to get in fights. Like it's just not like it's not worth it. When I was like I think I was probably like around 20. I had to go to court for like a fix-it ticket.
Okay.
And I was sitting in court.
You were listening.
And I'm glad I learned this lesson young. Not that I would ever, because I am like, I'll just, like, let's just talk it out, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just figure this out. But the guy in front of me, he was in court for, he was working at McDonald's. Some, like, kids came in and were, like, just acting like assholes, like, you know how kids are.
Yeah.
And so when he had, like, asked them, like, hey, like, you guys need to leave, like, whatever. Just trying to just be a normal dude. Not cause any problems.
Sure, get the hell
Just
out.
guys, come on.
Yep.
Like, take your shit somewhere else. So then he goes out into the parking lot at McDonald's after his shift's over, and these guys, like, want to fight him.
They waited. Yeah.
So he, like, beats, like, 2 of them up. And then, like, or whatever. Like, whatever happens, the cops come, whatever. He got an $1,800 fine and had to do 90 hours of community service for beating up 2 kids that caused it. And right then and there, I was like, I'm a grown adult. I have a house payment. I will never get in a fight.
Yeah.
Unless, like, and you, like I said,
There's
you
a fight or
kinda know,
flight time.
and you know,
but-
like when a guy, like if it's literally, there's going to be physical harm done to like you, your wife, your friends, your family, whatever. There's a breaking point, and you, I think you'll know when it's there. But it's pretty easy to not get in a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been
Exactly.
I'm 30 now. I haven't even I've seen fights. I've kind of broke fights up that my friends were in, and it's pretty easy to not get in a fight.
Yep.
The only way you're getting in a fight is if you're an asshole,
And you need to be around
sometimes it
friends
sucks.
who sometimes need to know when they need to
Right.
shut the fuck
And-
up compared to...
And so it's not fun, like because I dated a girl and we went down to Vegas one time, and
Domestic violence charges are
yeah.
insane. Okay,
so
go.
we were down in Vegas, and some guys were just like, oh hey baby, like whatever, talking to her and her friends. It was
Sure.
me, her, and like 2 of her friends.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, like nice hat, like whatever, just saying like what drunk, like stupid asshole
sure.
like Mexicans would say.
Yeah.
And she's like, good, go do something about that. And I was like, or
That is not the type of girl you want to be
or
with,
for
ever.
sure, let's just keep walking, and like that situation nothing will ever come of it. We can keep walking. Another set of girls is going to walk by, and they're going to start saying it to them. She's like, no, you're just going to let him talk to me like that? And I was like, for sure you're going to let him talk to you like that, because it's not worth it. They have nothing to lose. They're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
We are grown-ups with an agenda.
On vacation.
We have
They
a
live
place,
here.
We have
That's
a place
their
to be.
house. You're sitting
they're,
in it.
Yeah, they're assholes 24/7. We're grown-ups with plans. Like,
Yep.
we will go to our plan. I can't, and she brought it up later. Like, I can't believe you didn't do anything about that. I was
Fuck you
we're
if
not,
you're like
yeah,
that. Fuck you.
Fuck you. We're not. And then not only that, have you guys ever been to Dick's?
Yeah.
That like restaurant where they're like rude to you. I was like, are you sure you want to go here? Like their whole gimmick is they're dicks to you.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it'll be fun. And like the waiter like had got her attention and like did that thing where he puts like 2 fingers up to his mouth and like sticks his tongue through him like whatever. And she's like, you're just gonna let him do that to me? And I was like, whoa, bitch.
You know where you're at?
For
Like,
sure you're gonna let him do it.
yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Yes, I'm gonna let him do that to you. Like, that's why we're here. That's why you wanted to come here. It's like, I'm just not having a good time. And like, it ruined her. It was like one of those things where she was being such a bitch. Like, we looked at her like 2 friends. Like, I like made eye contact with her 2 friends, and they kind of did like the sorry, man. Like, you got to put up with that shit. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, fuck. Relax. Don't get us into shit. Don't get
Anyone
us
that
into
says,
shit.
"Are you gonna let him get away with that?"
Joe Rogan actually has like a pretty good bit like about like going to the movie theater and like
I haven't heard that
his
one.
like girlfriend or whatever being like, shut up to like some guys that are talking, and
He's
he's like you're gonna be like, I don't know you, bitch, like you can handle that, like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get in a fight like because you want it, like.
Such a good
Yeah.
point, especially when there's dude, great point.
So anyway, just mind your fucking P's and Q's, women. Let the men handle like the jungle situations.
If it comes up,
Yeah.
and when it doesn't, don't get us in the jungle
and just trust our
situation of
judgment
nothing.
too. Just
Yeah.
trust our judgment. If I say, hey, let's get out of here, pack your shit up and let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. Like the Gestapo's like banging on our attic door.
Yeah.
Let's pack our shit up and get out of here.
Exactly.
Like that's what's called a callback in the biz. That's a little Anne Frank reference for anyone who's been listening to the whole show.
That was beautiful. You pulled that out good. That was good.
That's why I make the podcast. Bob.
That's true, dude. You made that. Mikkel, how was your shower?
It was good.
Are you excited? Well, bath, right?
More
No, I
details
took
about the
a shower.
shower.
You really
please.
did take a shower. So yeah, what were you wearing? Nothing. Okay. What? Are you excited to have a baby?
I'm excited to get out and to have a baby, but I'm done with the pain.
What kind, like, where's the worst pain? Like, just like when you wake up in the morning, what's like the first thing where you're like, oh, fuck, this is horrible?
My feet.
Feet.
My
Like they're just
feet,
they hurt. They're swollen. They're
swollen.
Do you hate walking or
they're
standing
not swollen
on
in
them?
the morning, but they're swollen throughout the day just from standing. And then just from walking on them, they just hurt. Like, they still hurt from Park City yesterday.
yeah. We
You put some miles on those.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I worked off the pasta I ate. It's
Yeah.
all right.
That was a good time, though.
It was a
But
good
yeah,
time.
so what, we were 4 weeks out? 3
Yeah.
weeks out?
4 weeks on Tuesday.
And really, like we were talking about
4 weeks.
earlier, at this point, it could happen at any time. Like, literally, it could just happen.
I
You hope not. You hope not, but it could.
want to at least make it to 37 weeks because then I'll be technically full term.
Right.
And there would not be any complications. There could be complications like 36 weeks.
Right.
I don't know. Never had a baby before.
So at 37 weeks, his lungs are there,
Mm-hmm.
his heart's there, his brain's there.
yeah.
He's ready to rock and roll.
Everything's there right now. It's just
he needs to gain bigger.
Can you tell on the ultrasound if he got the Stevens endowment?
You can't tell. The last time we got was 20 months or something.
20 weeks.
20 weeks. Jesus, guys.
It was
20
like
weeks.
4th of July weekend. That's the last time I saw him.
So
How pumped
we'll
are
find
you?
out.
I'm excited.
I mean, I know that's just kind of a vague question, but like you guys, like when we talk about it and you guys just look into each other's eyes and you're just like, we're going to be parents. Like, I just like fucking want to write a poem about it.
You should write a poem.
Write it. You can read it next time. I'd love to hear it. We should start doing art like that.
Art.
That's so crazy.
Well, it's
just
art,
gonna have a kid.
poems,
so you're
funny
still
stuff.
you're still working. You're still like whatever. It's not like got you laid up.
She's
or
a fucking
anything like
trooper.
that. Yeah, it's
Nope.
hardcore.
I'm going back full time too,
Do you
and I'm
like-
going to do Etsy full time.
Do you like
and be a
bu-
mom full time?
Do you like bump like shit off like the dentist tray
Yeah.
with your gut now?
We have this little rack of instruments that they grab when they need them, and every single time I turn around, I always knock it over. So we just move.
And then
it.
how about hitting the kids in the head with the baby?
Yeah, I always hit the kids in the head when I like scoot in to like start tying them in. I like bump them with my belly. I'm like, sorry about that.
So
So-
Spreaker comes out wacky. The doctors owe us money.
Do you get any of like the dumb shit like where like people like touch your belly, like that kind of stuff?
Do you want me to tell you a story at work the other day?
That's why
Can
I
you?
asked.
like-
That's the first
Sure.
question here.
Yes, I can.
Okay, go.
Who from my work is going to listen to your freaking podcast? I would
Well,
not
now
allow
you
it.
just told the trolls to send it out. So.
Probably that guy that makes
Okay.
you call him a doctor.
Okay, so the other day at work, this lady comes in with her daughter. I see her every single month, but I don't know her. Like,
Okay.
so she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're pregnant!" Comes and touches my belly, and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
She just reaches out and touches it. She
Yeah.
doesn't even say, "Can I touch it?"
Like, I'm trying to maneuver my way up front as she's walking towards the back. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, your belly, you're pregnant." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, thanks." She's like, "How long do you have?" I'm like, 5 weeks. She's like, "Oh, it's so cute." And I was actually assisting on her daughter. So I put my gloves on. And then I went to go grab something. And I kind of like tried to maneuver my pants up with my wrists. And she came up to me from behind and she goes, She pulls my pants out and whispers in my ear. She's like, I know that somebody would do this for me, so I'm going to do it for you. Pulls my pants out, grabs my undershirt, tucks it in, grabbing my freaking butt, pulls my pants up, puts my shirt down. She's like, there you go. Like,
Before we go
thank you.
any further,
like, what do I say
How hot
to
is
that?
that?
I've got a super weird boner right now.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
For starters.
She's not attractive.
Just
No,
hearing
it's a
that story.
situation, McCloud.
No, that's creepy. Don't touch
That would
me.
be
I
weird.
like
For sure.
died. And she's a patient's mom, so I didn't want to like be like, bitch, get off. Because I didn't want to start anything. But I was just like, oh, thank you. And nobody in my office saw it. Like, the doctor looked back,
creepy.
and he thought she was just telling me something about pregnancy. I'm like, no, she full on like groped me. It was creepy. And
That's
then we
too
were in
intense.
Costco the other day. Remember when we were going to get toilet paper? The lady goes, oh, it's a baby, it's Billy. Do you remember that? I'm like, yeah.
She was talking about you. She didn't touch it, did she?
Yeah.
No, she didn't touch it, but she went like this. She was like, oh, it's a baby.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh.
The back
You know,
section. It was funny.
You know what I think would like just I have just a few little things about like pregnancy. First of all, everyone as a nation, let's stop saying prego. That's fucking annoying.
she's prego.
2, I think if any time anyone ever was like, oh, the other thing is enough with the fucking like baby talk. Like when people tell you a story about like, oh, then my baby was like, and it's like, bitch, I'll fucking do the math on he was talking like a baby.
Yeah.
You just tell me.
I think I know.
You just fucking tell me what he said.
Yeah.
3, I think if like, and I hope like if a girl like ever lets me get her pregnant, like I can convince her to do this. Anytime a lady like at Costco comes up and she's like, just be like, yeah, my husband came inside me. That's how that happened.
My
Yeah,
husband.
let me tell you something. My husband shot a load inside me.
Say it all cute. Something that's always bugged me too, and I'm going to try not to do it. Except for now I can understand kind of when they're saying it. Like, the months thing, like, oh, how old is he? And I'm like, oh, he's like 13 weeks.
Well, I asked him how old
And I guess
Cash
that's kinda
was,
have to
and he
do
said
this.
2 years and 4 months. So he actually said 2 years instead of saying 28 months.
73.90.0.
He's 114 months old.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
It's bugged me.
Like, fuck you. Like, do you think I'm like some sort of algebra, like a fucking wonder kid? Like, I gotta fight, like, okay,
7 times
12 months in a year. Like, he's 30? Like, I don't the fuck, bitch.
I end it.
Like,
When they
fuck
say
you.
that, I just pretend like I know what they're saying. Oh!
I'm not going to lie, I'll probably say it up to 24 months.
Why? Say 2 years. What do you mean?
No, I'll probably, if they say, oh, how old is he?
Well, you can
He's
say a
16 months,
year.
I'll
No,
probably
you say
16
a
months.
fucking year and...
A year and a half?
Yes! You just round it.
Okay,
You
well,
don't
it's
be that
hard.
person.
It's hard for me to...
Now, when it's
people
under a
ask me-
year, that's what you're
Well,
saying correctly.
Here's why.
It's different.
Here's why they do that.
Why?
Because,
Because
well,
it changes
They change
so
so
much.
much.
First of all, it's those fucking clothes sizes. They're all
Yeah.
come in months. Secondly,
You're
they
telling
do.
me.
They change
Yeah,
so
it's 3 to
much.
6.
So like a 4-month-old and like a 7-month-old or a 6-month-old are completely different people. Mm-hmm. Like, but I mean,
Sure, with the actions
Right.
and as long as it's healthy.
right.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But
I mean-
it's still fucking annoying. And
Oh,
again,
yeah.
do the fucking math for me. Like, give me both. Say he's 91 months or
Well, does it bug you when I tell you how far along I am? Like, oh, I'm 35 weeks.
Kind of. Just say, I have 4 weeks left.
Okay, well,
yeah, I like that. Like,
See,
do the subtraction for
I
me.
get
So I can
like
just
little
see.
updates on my phone, and I mean, there's 40. You have 40 weeks when you're pregnant, so technically 10 months. But like when people ask me, I just tell them because that's what I'm used to,
Right.
and that's what I'm used to hearing. But I'm like, oh, well, you've never had a kid. Oh, well, I have 2 months left.
Yeah.
I'll like redo it in my head if they've never been pregnant and they don't know what
Right.
pregnancy
I don't
is.
really care. Like, I just kind of want to know what you're dilated to.
I find out on
Dilated
Friday. I
drop.
find out on Friday, so I'll let you know.
Nice.
Already you start? Pre-labor?
No, he goes up and checks my cervix.
Sure, but pre-labor, you can start dilating?
Yeah.
Dude, how creepy would it be, like, if you walked in there to get your cervix checked and I was, like, standing there in a pair of scrubs? And I was like, what's up?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I
Like,
not tell you
like,
my part-time.
I don't even have gloves on, but I have my phone out.
Alright.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Because I just want to make this a short podcast. I really have to pee and I'm going to go to bed soon.
Are we wrapping this up now?
I think we're going to wrap it up. Do you have any, tell your next Kickstarter
You haven't
off
even
the top
been
of your
on
head.
for an hour.
Fuck yeah, we have
so-
2 minutes.
That's so
2 minutes that
weak.
we've been on. So we will end it It won out.
Let's see. I know I always like to have a Kickstarter when I come on here.
So-
not that anyone's ever fucking donated to any of my Kickstarters.
Yeah.
Did you hear my last one?
No.
I want to change cock blocking. The term cock blocking. I want to change it to disturbing the peace.
Now, how did you come to that assumption?
Like it just sounds like it's just kind of fun. Like I don't know. Like I always call
Stop disturbing the peace.
I've always called my wiener, like not always, but like over the last like 6 months, I started calling my wiener
Beastie
a piece. Like that's my piece.
Oh.
So like you're disturbing the peace. It's the same thing as like
I thought
cock
you were saying like
blocking.
disturbing the peace. Like, okay, chill out. We're having
Yeah,
peace.
no, it's
sign.
for sure it's a play on words, just like cock blocking is. Like it's not like you're
not
actually
a
taking
cock.
a cock and turning it into blocks.
Now it just that became that much funnier.
Right.
'Cause
So
I
it's
get you.
disturbing the peace.
Okay, I thought you meant disturbing the peace, like PEACE
That's
instead
what I
of
was-
PICEC.
But now that I get the both, like cock, it's not really. It could be a rooster, it could be your dick,
Right.
and so that comes in the same way. It's not necessarily the keep it a peace. It's stop disturbing the peace. Like just let me do my thing.
Yeah,
EC.
it's the same thing as cock
Correct.
blocking, like
Yeah.
discerning. So anyway,
Got
no
it.
one's ever donated to him, and Christian and Mikel are a lot smarter than that. So it's kind of funny to me that they didn't get that right.
We
off the
didn't
bat.
get that. I didn't. I just thought it was like,
I
okay,
get
maybe
it.
it's like a Beastie Boys thing.
Right. I don't. Yeah, I've
I
never
have a
listened to
pregnant
those
brain,
guys.
so it doesn't
Fuck
matter.
you.
So
Really?
yeah, never.
I'm not a big fan. I just know one song.
Also, like I hate Blink-182.
I love him.
Legitly?
Love
I
him.
knew that. But you grew up
That's
in
why
the
he makes
90s.
fun of us.
It's okay. I'm not a big fan of fucking Sister Act yet.
Oh,
Yet.
Some things are fucking sacred, bro. You know that. You son of a bitch.
This guy, we're up at freaking Park City, and you knew the songs word for word.
Every
And-
fucking single one of
okay,
them.
I'm gonna find it. In fact, I'll look at it. By the
Anyway.
way, if you do not have, keep going.
So my Kickstarter this time would be, when anyone ever like say, "Hey, check this on my phone," and their screen's broken.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
just want to throw their fucking phone in the garbage.
Yes, I do.
So I want a Kickstarter so we could get enough garbages to throw their phones away in.
Just put them out in these places. And,
It's so fucking no. It's like, check this out, and it's like the big crack in their phone. Like all I can think about is the giant crack in
Yeah.
their phone. It's kind of like when
And
a
how
hot
are you
chick.
okay with that every
it's
day?
kind of like when a hot chick's talking to me, but you can see her bra strap. Like I can't. I'm just like, okay.
Or she has crooked teeth.
All I'm hearing is like visible bra strap, visible bra strap. But that's all she's saying.
yeah, just trying to imagine.
It's kind of hot for some reason.
That's hilarious.
Also, I wish overalls would make a comeback because
They
for
are
some reason,
coming back.
I like
see
side boob and overalls.
They are coming back. Have you not? Brittany owns a pair of overalls.
I don't really look at her like that.
Okay, well, she owns a pair of overalls because I've seen pictures, but overalls are making a comeback.
Are
They
you
have
gonna
that
get a
American
pair?
Eagle. I'm pregnant. There's no way.
Let's
You're not gonna
fucking
be
get
pregnant
some.
forever.
But I want to get some Oshkosh.
Oh yeah, Oshkosh, gosh.
No,
You just gotta- You just
I'm
got.
talking about me.
You just got to make
Oh.
sure that how when you do
You only do the one.
when you only buckle like one
Yeah,
strap.
oh, yeah.
You got to make sure not to do it on the gay side. Is all.
Or suspenders. Suspenders and ball caps. Plain t-shirt, suspenders.
I'll throw a bow tie on.
But you have to be like you have to play it off like this is how you go out every day. Not the hipster bullshit like you don't give a fuck. Shayton knows exactly what I'm talking about right now.
Shout
Shayton
out to
doesn't do
Shayton.
that. Yeah, shout out.
Shayton.
He went and saw Fury with us.
It sounds like you're saying Satan, but like with a lisp.
Where we work at,
Shayton.
that's how they pronounce his name. They're like,
Satan.
"Where's Satan?" And I'm like, "Oh,
You're looking at him, boy.
give me that leg, boy."
Anyway, so watch Sister Act 1 and 2, everyone, tonight. That's your homework.
Whoopi Goldberg. Okay, and let's do. There's a few things we need to do. Number one is Monday. It is Monday night. Monday night. Tomorrow night, I'm going to have two podcasters. Well, two guys on the podcast, and then you, if you can make it up. If you can't, no stretch. But some cool, interesting guys will come on the podcast tomorrow. Then we also have the next week is when we want to have the ladies on, and we're going to start interviewing them on turn offs that guys do, and also just give them a chance to shit talk and tell us their side and things that guys have got to stop doing. I mean, we talk mad shit on them, but it'd be really interesting. So we're going to play good cop, bad cop.
Guys
right?
are douchebags.
That's because chicks are dumb.
There you go,
not
ladies.
dumb.
Come back.
You a little bit on that disturbing the peace thing.
That is true. That is true.
I have a pregnant brain right now. So.
And I don't. And I'm offended that I couldn't believe.
You're offended?
Yeah, I'm offended in myself. I could not believe that I did not understand the term you were trying to shoot. But maybe it was the way you were saying it.
I don't know.
Peace,
Most
and like you were trying to keep
everybody else
peace.
just gets it, like on the first trimester.
I know.
Nice try though.
God damn.
Well,
You're right.
He has been at work all day. So.
That's true. Eric Figueroa, shout out to you, buddy. You're listening.
That's the kind of wife you need, one that'll make excuses for you.
No, she doesn't. She'll flat out. She throws me under the bus every chance she gets, and I do vice versa. I do the same thing. That's how we are. That's how it
How do I
is.
throw you under the bus?
No, just like if I don't get something, like yeah, right, or like when I try, like flat out, like pretending, and then I'm obviously pretending, lying to you. Like you'll ask me, did you lock the or shut the garage or something? I'm like, no.
No, you'll say,
get the fuck out there.
You'll say no. And then,
but
no,
I have that
you'll
face I play out every time.
No, you don't, because then I sit there and look at you, and I'm like, really? You go.
But that's our
smile.
routine. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that's the fucking routine. I know I'm lying. I know she catches it, and it's funny. Guys. But it's always been that routine.
I catch a lot of your lies. We'll just put it.
How many lies do I tell? The biggest lies I fucking tell are: did you lock the front door? Yeah. And then like that's where it goes. It's shit like that.
Okay.
Seriously, like our life is not that crazy eventful yet.
Yeah. It will get here.
Did you change Riker's diaper? Yeah.
Sure.
I can smell like shit. Well, then he just shit. So will you change that?
No, you.
Because it wasn't like that when I checked it.
I'm gonna be feeding him. You can change him.
I'll do whatever the fuck we need to do. I'll be good.
A shout out for listening.
Oh, of course. I thought we gave him multiple tonight.
Bro,
we give him a shout out to your
You're
wife.
lame for not coming.
You're lame for not coming. Fury was good. I'll give you that.
McCloud hates it when you don't come.
That's true.
Fury was good. It's just I don't like sitting through movies anymore.
Love you, bro.
Jacob, Eric, Shayton.
Bro, can you go to ICP tomorrow night?
I thought you were coming to the podcast.
No, he's going to ICP. For real.
I don't know.
I don't know how much interested you'll be in tomorrow's podcast. I mean, you're more welcome to come, but I don't know how interested you'll be in
I'm
this
interested in everything. But
you're welcome to come. If you go to your concert, then go to your...
Don't you hate it when people tell you what you're going to be interested in and what you're not going to be interested in?
Yeah.
You'll be interested
It's
in
like,
it.
oh, hey, Mikkel, we're all going out to a movie. You probably wouldn't like it, so just stay home.
Yeah.
Well, Christian tells me to stay home.
What the fuck?
It's because I'm pregnant.
What the fuck?
You don't tell me. You just
When
go,
have I ever
do you
said
want to
that?
go, or does your body hurt? It's like today I said, do you want to come or not? And I said, well, if my parents go, then I can, but if not, then I can.
Yeah. We're out, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Take care.